What is up, party peoples? I'm gonna take this ear thing out.
Donkey Jaw Projects!
Aloha. This is Marshall Lee of Donkey Jaw Projects, and I am not in Hawaii. I am in New England, cold New England, on a beautiful, what should be a beautiful spring Sunday afternoon. So today I'm just chilling. I'm doing a lot. I got food on me. I'm just like, who cares, right? Yeah, I'm just relaxing, having kind of a day off, sort of. Like, this past week has been a week, really rough week, to be honest. And luckily today, I kind of have the ability to chill out a little bit, sort of. But had to do my comics, and I wasn't really super motivated to do comics today. It's just because the week, I think, is affecting me. But I did a lot of procrastination. Luckily, I've had more time than I generally have, so I still got about an hour, a little less than an hour's worth of comic thumbnailing done. To the point where I actually finished the thumbnails for Greener Grass. They're all done, with even a variant of what I was going to do, kind of reducing the page count. So that is all set on that end. So I can maybe start working on pages soon. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, let's see. One thing I'm thinking about is that, like the lettering and stuff. I've seen that people kind of map out the lettering beforehand sometimes, and then they'll even create the finished boards that they work on with the letter balloons already kind of in there and stuff. And I don't think I'm there yet. I feel like that would be a good idea, but I just don't think I'm there with my process yet. I don't have like easy access to the kind of materials that you would probably need to do that, I think. I mean, I feel like I could make it happen, but it would be more of a process than it's worth, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But I don't know. I got the thumbnails done. I've been using this here. I'll kind of show you. It'll be like a little like mini sort of not so much review of a comic that I just read. At the same time as explaining kind of what I've done with my thumbnails a little bit. So here is a comic book that I read today. By Jack Pert, Forever People by Jack Kirby, DC Comics. This may be the first time I've actually read any of my copies of Forever People. This is issue 9. I had to grab this when I found it real cheap because I remember Eric Larson talking about how this is his favorite piece of Jack Kirby writing. And so yeah, and I'll be honest, I'll have to kind of disagree with him. I don't think it was really all that great writing. In fact, it's pretty bad. No offense, I love Jack Kirby, but yeah. But anyways, I enjoyed it. It's a fun little story. And, the art's amazing, of course, because Jack Kirby rocks. It's interesting to kind of go and kind of critique people, even if they're amazing, because everybody is not perfect. And I mean, even if I like, how good is that perspective right there? I don't know. It's a little bit of a simplified environment, but some people might do a little more there. It's better than I usually ever do, that's for sure. I feel like this chair and this table, though, is a little weird perspective-wise, and I don't know, it is what it is. Maybe, I wonder, like, I don't know enough about perspective to be able to, like, really critique it, but it looks cool. And this is something that actually helped me today, seeing layouts like this with 4 panels. That helped me change a 3-page sequence to a 1-page sequence. So I'm going to do that, except for I chopped this top left one. I divided it into 2. Maybe I'll even, I don't know, it does seem a little awkward to me, but the point is I didn't want to have to monopolize more pages than I had to. But yeah, so I used this today. And then, well, I've been using like this whole format a lot with this whole thing, and there's a really pretty cool splash page. There's no big splash pages in this one, which is too bad. I love Kirby splash pages and double page spreads. Written, edited, drawn by Jack Kirby, lettered and inked by Mike Royer. Mike Royer, in my opinion, was the best inker for Jack Kirby. He really was faithful to Jack Kirby's lines better than others. People say that they don't like how Jack Kirby draws women, but I actually do. So here's this. This is the typical 6-panel, thing that Jack Kirby often does in his comics, and so I've been using that as the basis of where I start with all my panels. And then, I divide things up a little differently if I feel the need to, but I use that as the basis. And a lot of times I'll do this where I'll leave, cut out the middle and do one full panel there or here or there. That's a really cool thing to do. It seems like a lot of Jack Kirby's characters looks like Jack Kirby, like this one. He definitely suffers from some same face stuff, but he does a pretty good job of making variations too, so he's not the worst when it comes to same face, that's for sure. And look at that. That's a pretty good looking woman, I think. I don't know. I think he draws her well, she's girly, feminine, I think. She's not too ridiculously endowed. I don't know. Is endowed something you use for females too? I don't know. Waist is maybe a little too thin there. But here too, I guess. I mean, it's the typical, woman shape that people use. But I don't know, I think it looks nice. People say it looks manly, but I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, and the writing, I mean, obviously the art's beautiful, but the writing is just very functional dialogue. Just saying exactly what's happening, and I don't know, there's just not much nuance, and I mean, Kirby isn't known for his writing, and it's not like he's horrible. His comics are definitely still cool and fun to read, but, it is what it is. I love this panel. So cool. They're doing a seance and stuff. This one's really cool. All these panels are amazing. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are really amazing. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Right here, I'll show you. There's this movie theater showing creature features, and then they come in and what's his name? Big Bear. Big Bear. He gets sidetracked and he's like, "Oh, look." Wait, what is he? Sorry, I'm changing settings here on you. A cinema house. What a find. Look, they're offering priceless horror classics, milestones in the history of Earth film art. I don't know what that means, but okay. Now playing, plus midnight show. And he just gets totally sidetracked, he's about to maybe get some tickets while he's really supposed to be trying to stop this guy. And then he comes back later. It's kind of funny. This is cool. Like, I saw this. It's like this special thing you can get if you send $4 to the DC Comics. They'll send you this King Kirby portfolio, like, special book that has, like, you know, full pages of art and stuff, and pretty cool. So I looked it up, and it's a thing. And you can only get it by sending away, so I don't know, that's kind of cool. I might try to get my hands on a copy of that. That'd be fun. I just love Kirby. I mean, look at this stuff. It's so awesome. I love, he gets kind of stuck to the wall. This guy, his name is Viking. Viking the Black. I don't know, but he gets like repelled to the wall, and he's like magnetically stuck there. I mean, look at how powerful that looks. That looks like what it is, you know. He's like getting stuck to the wall. That's really cool. So much to learn from, you know. I hope one day I can do stuff, you know, with half of this dynamicism and power. I love this panel. I will say sometimes the storytelling, though, even though like the art looks really cool, sometimes the storytelling is hard to understand, but it is what it is. Kirby is a great storyteller, though. But, you know, when you're going through 3 pages a day every day, you're not going to be perfect. That's for sure. Yeah, so anyways. So yeah, I did a lot of procrastination today. Could have probably got a lot more time in, but I just watched videos, read comics, stuff like that. Really been digging Ethan Van Sciver's YouTube stuff. I like his brutally honest portfolio reviews, and he's been going off on the Star Wars stuff and SJW, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know if I agree with him on everything, you know. He's definitely very opinionated, but he's also kind of funny, and I don't know, I dig it. So yeah, been watching his videos, and yeah, I got a lot of progress done on the comic. Like I said, did some sketching on some mech stuff. I don't know if I'm learning or not. You know, like I want to be learning, you know, better with mech, but it's like when you do all these studies, like I'm pretty much copying either from photographs of toys or like, you know, other people's mech art. Just doing a lot of copying, just trying to get a feel for how to draw this stuff. So I don't know, you know, you kind of learn things by osmosis, I guess, but you wonder how effective it's being, and I just got to keep doing it and trust the process, I guess. I think I would like to submit some pages to Ethan Van Sciver for portfolio review. I'd like to see what he says about my stuff. I think my stuff is at a level to where it's good for that YouTube channel, because it's, you know, the stuff that's there is like not super professional most of the time. It still needs a lot of work, and I think that's where my art is at. You know, it's obviously trying to approach professional, but you know, I wouldn't mind getting some tips and stuff from him, seeing some of my work. So I don't know what I would send, though. I can't send The Hitchhiker, because that's, I mean, maybe I could. There's no words on it, so I don't know, maybe. But see, I don't feel like I've done my best work yet. I could just send him Lizard Brain, but again, there's things where it's like, there's decisions I made on that I wouldn't normally make, so I feel like I don't want him critiquing something that I've already know what I'm going to correct, but I think that's going to happen with anything. So yeah, but I've been learning a lot just by watching other people's portfolio reviews, and I think if Jim Lee does them too, and if anybody else is doing them, I would love to watch those if you guys know of any, because I think that they're really helpful to learn from. They're helpful to know, to kind of help you evaluate your own stuff and see, what are the problems that people who are looking at these things look for, like other companies, and what are the things that bring your work from amateur to professional. So yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot from that. Also in the writing aspect, I've been listening to this other guy, what's his name on YouTube? I forget, but he does these comic book tropes videos. Look up comic book tropes and you'll probably find his videos. And he'll usually take one writer and take one book from that writer, and kind of talk about all the tropes they do and stuff. And he'll do reviews of comics. And really there's a lot of other people who do reviews of comics and stuff. And you can learn a lot, even if those people aren't creators themselves, which I think this one guy is, but some people aren't. That doesn't mean that they're not really smart about story. And I've been learning a ton from seeing people criticize movies, or I shouldn't say criticize, but like critique movies, review movies and books and comic books and stuff like that. And I've just been learning a ton from that kind of thing. So that's a great way to learn. Learn from other, if you can't stand being critiqued yourself, learn from other people's critiques and reviews and stuff, because it's really invaluable, and it really helps you to know what you need to start focusing on. Like with Ethan Van Sciver, he ends up saying almost the same thing in every episode, but it's still really helpful because you can see the little examples of things and stuff. But a lot of times it's just the fundamentals of like storytelling. A lot of times he notices perspective issues. He talks about you need to start referencing more so you can have stuff that actually represents the character. Even if you're doing a cartoony style, he's talking about consistency between the way you draw from characters from panel to panel. There's just so much. I learned something from every one of them, and I think he's got about 15 or so up right now. So there's a lot to check out, but they're not super long, and you can get a lot out of them. So definitely check that out. Other than that, yeah, it's just kind of a chilled out, relaxing day. I'm gonna go grab some coffee and stuff and bring it back, and me and my wife are going to hang out and do our thing. So yeah, hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Peace out.